This is Johnny Jones, your local 1040 president. I'm also the Council 100 Secretary Treasurer. Just going to come here to talk to you about this upcoming weekend. I know this has been a pretty busy week. Today is June the 20th of 2025. I know in reflection, it's been 23 years since about this time when I actually applied for TSA. It was right before my birthday, when my birthday's coming up next week. And I remember when I first started working coming to TSA, like this is the first starting point. And, it was a couple of months from now. And then I started on August 18th, 2002. But I want you to think how big and how different this agency is from the time we started from the beginning, and how far we've gotten and where we went and where we're going to. But for right now, just wanted to talk to you guys about the tax to federal employees' rights, to your rights as federal employees, and the rights of future federal employees. Just like me, myself, when I was applying for this job 23 years ago about this time, the impacts of these changes are going to impact those guys, and eventually could even impact us. Because remember, if they changed in terms of condition of employment for one person, they can change it for you as well. So we always need to be mindful of those things. I'm also going to talk to you guys about, there's been a lot of people who had letters of leave restriction, letters of reprimand, and things that happened while the contract was out. The local will be meeting with local management at DAFW and DAL to discuss some issues in the next week. We both have labor management meetings set up for the first time since the contract was restored. So that's good news for you all. So like always, if you have an issue, please reach out to the union reps. We have 3 people at DFW always ready to go, and we have 2 people at Love Field. Just as you know, at Love Field, we have Becky Mancha, the vice president for Dallas Love Field, and Blake Cruz. We have at DFW, Chris Brown, the executive vice president. We also have the recording secretary, Amelia Garcia, and we also have the chief steward of DFW, Flo Olive. So just remember that these guys are always here to help you. And I always get flows that's actually clap, but I just got it messed up. So made a mistake. But at any rate, just remember, nobody's perfect, right? So this weekend is going to be extremely hot, right? The heat's coming up. So another safety tip. I don't know exactly what's going on. I know there's been some changes at the safety program, so we're going to talk about those things as well. But just remember to stay hydrated. It's going to be hot outside in the ramp. And also wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the issue that management asked us to talk about, which is the uniforms when we get out of work. They're advising us to please do your best you can not to wear your TSA uniform outside of the airport, because there has been, I guess, credible issues that could come and present itself to the workforce, and we don't want nobody to get hurt, become a soft target, so to speak, or any kind of retaliation. I know that you all have heard about the events in Minnesota, so just be on the lookout for that, okay? But some of the stuff I wanted to show you are the changes that are being proposed in some of this great, big, beautiful bill that will impact federal employees if it is passed. Number one, the FERS retirement calculation is safe, okay, but that's the small part. The problem is that they're going to get rid of the Social Security supplement. And if you started your career and you've been here for, say, 30 years, and you're going to retire, and you're going to be 57, and you're going to take and you hit your MRA, and you have your 30 years of service, your Social Security supplement is going to be terminated. So you're not going to get the Social Security pay that you were supposed to receive from the age of 57 to 62, which is going to impact your ability to retire. That's the average employee is going to lose about $120,000 into the retirement in the first 5 years. So fighting that is going to be one of the hardest things, and we're going to continue to fight. But unfortunately, it's the one side is trying to say no, and the other side is obviously trying to. They have the majority, and they're definitely trying to push these amendments in. So it's hurting us, the federal workers. They're trying to balance the budget somehow on the backs of us, which is impossible, because if you were to look at the percentage of federal spending that's discretionary, and you look at all the total spending, if you got rid of all of it, you still have a deficit. It's because there's other issues that they refuse to address, but they believe that they can balance on our backs. So I wanted to show you some of these things. So hang tight one second, I'll pull this up. All right, so this is a letter that the AFG National Office has put together to send to senators across the nation. And the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is becoming at-will employees. So new employees would have to either pay, they're going to pay for FERS 9.4%. Okay. And if they don't, and if they want to have like their protections and your retirement benefits, then you'll have to, and keep your civil service rights, you have to pay 14.4% of your salary. That's coming in the door, right? So just go back to what I was talking about earlier in the message about, hey, I'm a new employee, just applied, like say 23 years ago and was coming into TSA. What a horrible mess that would be, right? The filing fee for the Merit System Protection Board. So right now, there's no filing fee for, say, if you have an adverse disciplinary action. Okay, so this is where you file for wrongful termination, suspensions, unjust pay while due process. They want you to pay a $400 fee, right? Which right now you don't have to pay at all, right? And then we have the charging unions for federal resources. And in the Civil Service Reform Act of 1978, one of the pillars of this is official time and allowing the union to have office space. So this has been in the government for a very long time. And if they are able to take these things away, it's going to impact our ability to represent you, the members, and also this executive reorganization plan, which basically would allow them to sweepingly change agencies and basically allow you to be terminated based on your official, your partisan activity, and stuff of that nature. You don't want to be a part of this. So there's a lot of things that are coming up to attack us, the federal employees. We have a lot of things coming down the pike. So just stay on the tune for any action alerts we actually take, and dues deduction. I know people are asking about that. So the dues deduction should start. I don't know if it's this paycheck that we have like this weekend, but my understanding is supposed to be starting on July the 4th. And then after that, we're asking people to convert to e-dues. Even after the payroll starts, and we'll work on a process and explain it. So if you have your dues come out of your paycheck and you move over to e-dues, what's going to happen is when you go to e-dues, we're going to send over the termination of dues deduction from your payroll. The union does that automatically. And it takes like a pay period or so. And if you're not going to get double billed, if you do get double billed, they reverse the charges. We've had a couple of instances, and this takes a few seconds. And if they discover it, they immediately just reverse it. So I just want to say thank you very much for being a supporter and a union member, because there's no more important time to be a union member than right now in this fight, as we are protecting your rights. We are protecting so many things. We've already stopped the changes to our health insurance. We are trying to stop the changes to the FERS. There is a lot of negative things coming towards us, and the union is one of the safety springboards there. Also, we're going to be fighting a privatization fight, which will start in the next 12 months as these applications for privatization come alive. So there's a lot of fights coming forth from the union to protect you, the workforce. You don't see anybody else coming up to protect you. So that's the reason why it's so important to join the union. Get involved. Don't ask me about where's the dues cancellation form. Ask yourself, what can I do to help? That's what you need to ask, because there's a few of us that are doing the lion's share of the work. So this is your opportunity to get involved, protect your freedom of speech, protect your rights. So this is Johnny Jones, your AFG Local 1040 president and your Council 100 Secretary Treasurer. Sign off. I know the first day of summer is tomorrow. It's already a hot one. And the AC broke in my house last week, so I was sweating it out. So with that being said, we'll see you guys soon out in the field. This is your weekly wrap-up for the week of June 21st. All right, everybody, be safe, and we'll see you soon out in the field. All right, bye, everybody.